Hey class, we're back. The next part that we're going to be working on is after the introducing, we have the lion's mascot, and then the Rory goes into a repeating CC reptile. So let's work on those. So this lion's mascot and then Rory. So back in After Effects, we have our main comp that we're still working on. So the next part, so let's go forward, and I'm going to use my mountains. So the way this mountains works, it allows you to zoom out on your timeline. So if you bring it all the way to the left, you can see all 6 seconds. If you bring it to the right, you can zoom in to just a few frames. I like to work somewhere in between. So for this lion, we can hide the opacity. And let's add a new text layer. So the next text layer we're going to add says lion's mascot, and in all caps. MSCOT. So these ones also 144 high, but for our line width, we want to, instead of using auto, I like to key this myself. So I think like 130 is good. For this, I'm going to center my text and then make sure that it is aligned to the center of the composition and just a hair above center here. There we go. All right, and so this is going to start, this lion's mascot is going to start when the previous frame ends. So here we can start our layer. So where there's the red line, we've got the layer is active. So I can grab the end of this, grab the end from the start of this. Where it turns into a double arrow, you can click and drag. Or you can use the trick where you go to edit and split layer and delete the part of the layer that you don't need. All right, so now my lion's mascot is turned on, and we're going to set some keyframes for scale. So again, we could use this properties menu on the right and click on our scale stopwatch, or we could hide that and press the shortcut S for scale, and turn on the timeline here. The first keyframe we're going to add is at 100%, and this is at frame 6. Now we're going to go to frame 9, where we're going to hold this. And we want to hold this at this exact size. So remember that you have to set a keyframe to start it at 100% and then set a keyframe to stop it at 100%. So let's set a keyframe, and you just click this little button on the left here at 100. So these are 2 keyframes that are identical, and it just tells After Effects hold at 100. Next, we're going to go ahead to frame 11. So I'm just going to drag forward and make sure I'm at 11. And now we're going to go up to 150% in scale. So let's go to 150. And you can see that automatically, because I made a change, sets a keyframe for me. We don't have to go back and set a keyframe. So now we're at 150. Now we want to go to 225 on frame 18. So let's go to 225. And notice that because I did not set a keyframe for it to hold, rather than jumping like it did here, let's hit play, it just gradually increases size here. I don't like that, so actually let's go back and set a keyframe, frame 17. And this one will be 150. And so now it's going to look like it's at 100, jumps to 150, stays at 150, jumps to 200. So that kind of jumping effect is what I'm going for. And then frame, let's say 25. Somewhere around there, 26, how about that? We're gonna have it stay at this size, so I'm gonna hit either this keyframe button here or the keyframe button here. it turns blue. Perfect. All right, and then after that, this lion's mascot is going to disappear at frame 29. So let's do the split layer method. So I'm just going to click on this red line here, go to edit and split layer. And then this lion's mascot too, all this line I don't need, so I can just hit delete. And we got rid of that. Cool, so now we got introducing lion's mascot. We got a nice little jump. All right, so that's it for this video. We just added some scale keyframes, and we also split our layers so that we can move on to the next piece. The next piece will be adding the name Rory and having a repeating tile effect with it. All right, see you in the next video class. Thanks.